in this reading, I'm going to be looking for the Fool, and I'm going to be looking for the Tower. The Fool, if we see it, it's going to prove that you are stepping into the battle, that it's going to prove that you are stepping up to fight. And then if we see the Tower, it will show us that you are going to be free from those who like have X'd you out. So let's get into it. Let's see. Let's get some advice. Let's see what we need to see. Let's see what energies are around again. So currently, the Knight of Swords. Okay. This that fast talking salesman. So the Knight of Swords suggests that you are quick to take action. Quick to call a motherfucker out. You're very driven in this, and you're very ambitious in this journey. So there's this wild wind of over here. You seeing people like they chase people away because they're no good at what they do. They're trying to bullshit and lie. They're trying to bully and intimidate. And this didn't work. But you're being crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. The dark side. The dark side of wealth. You're dealing with people who are failures. So they're jealous. You are upsetting people because they wanted this to work. And you said, but it's not working. This isn't working for me. And we've got these flags and this history and this need for priority and prosperity, and you're being crossed by the dark side of life, by the dark side, by the giants in the CEO corporations and the people who think they're in control, the people that have control. You're a Taurus, sun, moon, or rising, but especially Taurus sun in that, particularly in a financial, physical sense. Ten of Pentacles, that is in reverse, and it's making you worse. I'm hearing because of that CEO, corporate someone, Queen of Pentacles. You're moving too fast for these people because, well, because the Queen of Pentacles. You're moving too fast for these people because you're the Queen of Pentacles. You're a Taurus. You're dreaming. No, you're not dreaming. Long-term what? And it has its challenges. But you're still standing there. And you're committed to working things out. Your health depends on it. Your Ten of Pentacles in reverse depends on it. Your Ten of Pentacles in reverse depends on you sticking this out and figuring this out and to working things out and through into your future. Currently in September, because they try to treat you like a dog. In the recent past, the Three of Swords in reverse. Standing in the rain and figuring out. You figured out what it is within that circle for you that's not working. And you are not a priority. There's so much of this where you're like, okay, money's not the priority. It's not that I need to gain the money. I need to feel better first. I need to feel good. Recent past, you've got struggle with loss and grief, so much of it that it could impact your faith. It could impact your ability to resist conforming to the evil forces. Sitting at the crown of this reading, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Keeping yourself stable, trying to keep the bills paid. So much of that is around you, and it's like, here, they're trying to fit you in their little fucking box, and it's not healthy for you. It's not working for you. You are not keeping quiet, are you? Aren't you? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Recent past. At the crown, you a OG. You a veteran. And you're just like, wow. I'm going to step back from this for a minute. And I'm going to let God carry me through this. I'm going to let the truth carry me through this. You may have been journaling left and right, and you've gotten to the point where you're like, you know what? Why write it down? The truth is the fucking truth. And when I sit down to spit it out, there it is. It's that simple for Taurus. But it's not that simple for everybody else around you. Rating game coming into the near future, we get the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Very slow, steady grinding. Just enough each day. Pentacles. You are someone who is managing your shit perfectly. So they're jealous. You are upsetting people because they wanted this to work, and you said, but it's not working. This isn't working for me. You figured it out. And nobody likes it here. You're not allowed your individuality here. And that is crazy. Have control or want to control you, think they're controlling you, treating you like a dog. Because you are doing it right, and you're maintaining stability, because they try to treat you like a dog. Just enough each day to maintain. It's just enough to maintain. At the crown, you a OG, you a veteran. And you're just like, wow, I'm going to let the truth carry me through this. Have control or want to control you, think they're controlling you, treating you like a dog. You're not allowed your individuality here. And that is crazy. Need to look at the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So we've got a lot of earth energy. We haven't seen the Tower yet. We haven't seen the Fool yet. When they look at you, or when they look at you, we need to know what they see, because I said you're not playing your game. I want to see if they see it. And they prefer group loyalty over individualism every day of the week. Because when they look at you, and they try to do something and they don't see that, oh, it's working, and oh, you're happy, and oh, this is going my way. I don't care if it's a doctor, a boss, a lawyer. You may have been journaling left and right, and you've gotten to the point where you're like, you know what? Why write it down? The truth is the fucking truth. Whoever that is. So we've got a lot of Taurus. There may still be times when, you know, we get frustrated with how long it takes to see those results. I think you're already in the battlefield. I think you stepped into it a minute ago. You are not looking for their approval. I want to see if a sudden break is happening for you as a collective. The Eight of Swords, you're kind of like, did I chase everybody away? Oops. We're also living day by day, just maintaining enough. We're fighting. We're already in defense mode. It could impact your faith. It could impact your ability to resist conforming to the evil forces. So how others may or may not be seeing you in the Seven of Cups, but it's coming in reverse. Someone, you know, losing. They're like, you're dreaming. No, you're not dreaming. No, they're like, you're gonna stay right here. Seven of Cups in reverse. That's what they're doing. Yeah, it's like, you don't have any fucking options. You the little man, you can stay right here. Like, improvement. This is in the arena of the right way, the good outcome. You know, like, it's got to be positive. And, you know, in today, it's like August. We're meeting a lot of resistance. Money, business, health, family and friends. So if you are Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and you're feeling a lot of resistance, going up against the giant, you know, going up against the bureaucracy of it all, the red tape kind of bullshit. We've got this letting that experience, that knowledge, the truth, the right way. Let that lead you through while we wait. From the world around you, it also represents your need to understand this from that intellectual point of view, right? You really need people that are intelligent. We really need people who will listen to you when it's about you. You need to show you the way, you know. Treating you like a fucking dog. Oh, well, I guess I'll figure this out on my own, but let me just go ahead and still be nice to everybody, because it is about how you act versus how they react. They'd love to see you overreact, but let's get some advice and then we'll see what the potential outlook is. Yeah. The Nine of Wands in reverse. And you're offering your own opinions. You are offering your own opinions in this. Nine of Wands in reverse. This is where our hopes and fears lies. Even though the relationships and the connections have its challenges, you're still standing there by them. Defensive. And be prepared, because, again, this can create paranoia. So we said, be ready for the struggle. You're already up in it. But this is going to happen before you reach your goal, because it is slow-moving energy. Protect your energy. It's going to be very, 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 very important that you protect your energy, because the potential outlook is the King of Swords in reverse. They're not going to like it. They're going to try to cut you out to rely on the truth, because they prioritize. It's becoming very even in your personal life, it's communism. It is. You're not allowed your individuality here. And that is crazy. Not being allowed your individuality. You're not looking for their approval. They're not looking for your approval either with the King of Swords in reverse. They, very focused entirely on something else. You do not need to fix or force anything anymore. If you do not conform to the specific rules or methods of those in control, you can face social isolation, censorship, or institutional exclusion. With that King of Swords there, yeah, you need to be very, very careful. It's got to be positive, and in today it's like August. We're meeting a lot of resistance. Money, business, health, family and friends. So if you are Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and you're feeling a lot of resistance, going up against the giant, going up against the bureaucracy of it all, the red tape kind of bullshit. Probably an enforcer. Fierce. They're not taking you seriously. Well, how dare you demand answers right away? You keep going about this way, we're going to cut you out. And whose physician treats them that way? Whose friends and family treat them that way? Like a dog. We'll cut you out. Best case scenario is the best that you can hope for here. Will demand answers is the best case scenario, but the worst case scenario is that they will cut you out cold. That's you demanding answers too. Okay, so if you demanding answers and you're not getting them, you're out. Yeah, you're out. I'm in search of intelligent life form. I do not have time to have you put this great big roadblock in front of me, right? And so it is with quiet power that I believe, you may not be the loudest person in the room or the most visible on public platforms, but however, you have a lot to contribute and to share in your very own magical way to your own victory here, and slaying that fucking giant bullshit, treating you like a dog. It's like no matter how big or small Taurus is in September, just really want this to get moving, to grow. And the main emphasis with inside of that is it's about betterment, you know. Also can reflect a lack of decisiveness about where your best opportunities are going to lay. So if you need to know where your best opportunities are going to lie, we need to look into this King of Swords in reverse. It's about what direction you want to go. And you, you know, it's like we can't see really clear, and there's these moments where panic can happen. And things seem very out of control. Your thoughts are scattered and may start to panic. Because upright, the king is typically a very rational person, right? So you're typically I'm very rational, but y'all are causing me to about to want to flip the fuck out. We've got critical decisions on the line here. But everybody seems lost and uncertain about your options, let alone the decisions that you need to make. And so they delay these necessary decisions. And so it is causing worry. It's causing worry in September. As September approaches, the worry is a bit bigger. It's a lot bigger. We're a lot more worried now than we were before. It's a high level decision. But we have a lot of people around you that just think they're so cunning, you know, or that you're trying to be cunning, and you're like, nope, I'm just being realistic, you know. I'm trying to persuade them because you have a very serious personal need. And it's not about love. It's not about sex. It's not about support. It's not about punishing each other. You're not trying to punish anybody. They will punish you. Because that's what people fucking do since the beginning of time. It's like David and Goliath. You got to use your advanced intellect. You got to really step it up to make others, you know, see. But the only thing it's doing is it's making them feel inferior and disadvantaged. When all they have to do is realize that you know your body better than anybody. You know your truth. You know you're telling the truth. This could be someone in your life, or you, either way, that you do need to be wary of, because although the king may be alluring and intellectual, he can only do harm. These people only have their personal interests in mind and will do whatever they can to achieve their own fucking interests, even if it means taking advantage of you.